returning stinkies. I hope you guys are doing great today. If you are new, hello, I'm Kruzadar. I'm a variety creator here on YouTube, and today we're gonna kind of just do a little talk rant about parenting because I saw another freaking video of it on TikTok and it's driving me nuts. And I just feel like I don't know if I can get through some damn thick parent skulls, but I would like to try my dang best too. So if you know a parent that needs to hear this or sharing it in general, because I'm so tired of this, of just parents not parenting properly. And I know properly is subjective, but once I get more into it here, you'll kind of understand what I'm talking about. This new generation of children, I say new, they're really not much younger than me, but kids that are in school right now, these genuine iPad kids, it is driving me insane. The fact that I go out to restaurants and I'll look to the side at any person that has a kid, any freaking restaurant I go to, their kids are nose deep in their iPads or an iPhone, which why the hell are you giving your 8-year-old child an iPhone? Get them a track phone. There's no reason for them to have access to the internet 24/7, especially when you can't monitor what they're using it with. It drives me nuts. You're not teaching your kid to converse. It's also, oh, well, my kid, in these arguments, if my kid's gonna throw a tantrum at the table, well, fucking teach your kid not to. Do your fucking job. That's your job as a parent, is to teach your fucking kid what to do and how to deal with rejection. Like, what the fuck? I'm genuinely convinced too, some of this shit is part of the reason incel culture has like gone fucking crazy too. You didn't teach your kid how to deal with rejection. You failed as a parent. It's so stupid. And this is coming from somebody that was raised on tech. My parents didn't understand the internet, even though the internet was becoming a thing as I grew up, because I was born in 97. I'm 27 years old. They still knew the internet was forever. So whatever you post on there is online. They drilled that into my head. And two, they understood that whoever you're talking to on the other side of a screen was a person. So if I got caught, my ass being dirty online, and I mean dirty in the sense of like being a little bitch, if I was being a little bitch, they made it very clear. It would be revoked from me. I also was not allowed to play on my tech and shit unless I had to have all A's. I had to perform well in sports, all this shit. If I wanted to have access to doing those as my hobbies and after school, what happened to that shit, dude? Your kid's not getting good grades, but you're okay with them still having their fucking head in their tech device the whole fucking time? Also, oh my God, I'm trying to not be an asshole, man, but it really pisses me off, especially because I have so many teachers in the community and I talk to with stream, Discord, like all that shit. And they talk about all the time. And I know people in person, because I help out with school stuff sometimes here and there. The teachers, it's insane. The amount of teachers that quit because you guys are not and you being subjected to only the parents that are doing this, right? If you're not the problem, this is not towards you. You're ruining kids' environment.
Here's exactly what it's like right now working in public education. First of all, the kids have no ability to be bored whatsoever. They live on their phones and they're just fed a constant stream of dopamine from the minute their eyes wake up in the morning until they go to sleep at night. Because they're in a constant state of dopamine withdrawal at school, they behave like addicts. They're super emotional, like the smallest thing sets them off. And when you are standing in front of them trying to teach, they're vacant. They have no ability to tune in if your communication isn't packaged in short little clips or if it doesn't have like bright flashing lights. That's actually the way harder part for me than just the outright behaviors, is just being up at the front, talking to a group of kids who have their eyes open, they're looking at me, but they're not there.
You're ruining jobs. You're part of the reason we have a lack of teachers. People will literally want to help children out, and then they get to do this job, and because you don't tell your kids how to deal with authority or be respectful towards others or how to regulate their emotions and deal with rejection, they're unteachable. Because the minute you tell them they've done something wrong, they break down. That's not how that's supposed to be. You tell Jimmy 2 + 2 = 4 and all, but he's upset that he doesn't feel like it should be 4. Like, what? It shouldn't be that way, dude. I love tech. I'm very fortunate for my job. It's a tech heavy job, but my parents too, the other thing that I really firmly believe we should be going back to is that Kids shouldn't stop giving your kids iPhones. There's just no reason for your kid to have an iPhone. There's not. Get them a track phone. If you need to have contact with them, that's fine. I totally understand that. I used to walk to school every day. It's what my mom made me do. It's like my parents made me do. You're going to walk to school. We both have jobs, right? I had a track phone. I could call. I could make emergency calls if I needed to. I could call my parents, and I could send a limited amount of text messages. And it doesn't have to be exactly the track phone brand. There's so many other brands out there that do very similar functions, and they look like iPhones even though they're not iPhones. Get them that. Stop giving your children iPhones. If your kids have iPhones and they're under the age of 15, take it away from them. I'm not kidding. I am not kidding about that either. Take it away from them. Social media and shit is so bad for your children. I'm 27 and I have to deal with it. People are fucking vicious. And also, it's so easy for them not to just get addicted to tech, but get addicted to bad habits. Kids, your daughters potentially, are doing skincare routines of 20, 30, 50-year-olds. They're ruining their skin. They're going into Sephora and asking for $80+ products because they're worried about aging. You failed as a parent. If you encourage that behavior and allow your daughters to do that, you're failing as a parent. You failed. Fix it. People need to slap in the face for reality. That's insane. They want to play with makeup, that's one thing. And also, why are you buying the most expensive makeup for your kid when they're 8 or 10 years old? I started playing with makeup around 10, and girls, we do dress up and shit like that. But kids are going to school with a full beat face and doing these crazy skincare routines. There's girls vlogging that are 10 years old. Get ready with me to go to school. And they're waking up at 5 a.m. for their 8 o'clock school. 3 hours to get ready. That's crazy. That's not good for your daughters. Also, some of the clothing that these young girls are wearing, because they have no people to look up to that are younger. Kid stars aren't a thing anymore. And I understand that wasn't always a thing, but holy shit, dude. They don't you're putting a phone in front of their face so they think they have to live like adults because they're watching adult content. And whether you're I don't mean to call adult content in the terms of sex work, right? But I mean adult content in the sense of adults making content for adults. I'm here, I'm talking to an adult. My channel is talking to adults. I curse, I play video games. I'm not trying to be PG, none of that fucking shit. But they're you're letting your kid have access to watching adult content. There's some things they don't understand. At that age, they shouldn't be watching that shit. Okay, cut in here because I felt like I just didn't hit on this enough when I was recording it. One of the bad things about ranting, not stopping, and just, doing the thing. When I say also your children, especially girls, are watching adult women that they, maybe shouldn't be, it's not just the skin they're messing up. A lot of the stuff that they're getting pushed is the glamorous life of these OnlyFans women. And if you don't know what OnlyFans is, it's pornographic content. It's pornographic creators, primarily on that platform. It's a subscription platform that was supposed to be an option to Patreon and all this other stuff. And anyways, it essentially has turned into a sex work platform. Your daughters are getting pushed Get Ready With Me's and stuff by porn creators, or these girls are doing dances and stuff to promote their pornographic content, but they're getting pushed and they're shoving this glamorous life in front of their face that only the top 1% are even at, and they don't understand the reality and repercussions of it. And so then you have your daughters or these younger girls that think it's okay to start getting putting out grooming content. And I say grooming because that's what it is. It's content that they think it's okay to post, where they're starting to pose sexually even though they're underage, they think it's okay, and they've been groomed by adults and what they see online to think and it looks okay, and it's not okay. You also have failed as a parent in that regard. Your children shouldn't be uploading. I'm not just talking about dancing. I'm talking about your children should not be twerking online underage. Stuff like that. They shouldn't be going up in front of their camera and fucking jiggling their tits in front of it. Shit like that. Or posing sexually, trying to show off their ass in an outfit and that you can almost see up their skirts, like stuff like that. Like your kids are posting things like that. Like pedophiles are like clipping that. And then they continue to do that because you have failed as a parent to not give them attention, and they don't know what proper attention and love is like. So they feel like they have to get this gratification online because you didn't teach them it. So then they do that, and then they get indoctrinated into doing this pornographic content, and the cycle continues. I'm not saying there's things wrong with sex work. I don't agree with everything how it's handled. For example, I think it should stay on its respective platforms. I don't think it should be all over social media and stuff. That's for another video and rant that I can do. But you're failing your kids. Like that should not be the first thing that your kid does when they get out of high school is pornographic content. That's not what they should be doing. They should be trying to a different career path, studying carpentry, go to trade school, travel, like go to university, figuring life out. They should be trying a bunch of shit first before they consider doing sex work. And you guys are like I don't think a lot of you parents are really understanding like how dangerous this is. Your child becomes a young adult the minute they hit 18. Some of them post and launch an OnlyFans because they see this glamorous life that not most of them get to achieve. And it's all this crazy. It's the same shit when you see like rappers and stuff flexing their cars, and so everyone blows their fucking money and shit. It's the same thing. Like that's some of the influencers your daughters are looking up to because you're not paying attention to what they're watching. It's like terrifying. Like, oh my God, your kids' pictures are going to be online by the time they hit 18 because they think that's what they need to be doing for attention because they don't get it at home. It's so gross. It's so gross. There's an OnlyFans girl that's so popular, and they have a whole house thing that they do too. Makes millions a month, but she like flaunts her virginity and does like all this other. It's gross. She brags about how people want to buy her virginity from her. It's gross. It's really gross. Like we fucked up as a society for these women. Like a lot of them are gonna have like problems. Like they're gonna hit 30s, 40s, 50s when they're gonna all rant about it, man. It's scary. But like your daughters, like don't like they're equally as affected by porn, not in the same degree that boys are, but they're affected by it. They're getting indoctrinated in it. Like you guys, like you have seriously like have to take the phones away and teach them like what proper love and affection is, because you're not giving it to your children. That's that. I wanted to say that because I forgot to say it last night. The ADHD rambling, trying to keep up with my brain speed. Back to the rest of the video. And this goes for guys too. If you have sons, they've probably already been watching porn. I'm going to repeat that. If your son has access to social media, he is already probably watching porn or has been exposed to it because it is all over social media. You cannot monitor what your kid is watching all the time, especially when you give them unlimited access to the internet. They can go and look up anything they fucking want, especially when social media is their promotion to their porn pages. And social media allows porn to be posted on their pages to promote that. It's not just Instagram. It's not just TikTok. It is every platform. It happens on YouTube. It happens everywhere. Take away the internet access in the phones. I'm not saying they can't have internet access, but like go back. What we need to do is go back to having living room setups, the family room setups. Gaming systems have to be in the living room. You want to play on your computer? That's totally fine. Have it in the living room or have it in the basement. In the bedroom. If your kid's a genuinely good kid and they know, and here's the thing, I don't want to say you can't trust your kids at all. You need to learn to trust your kids because it is a two-way street, but it's so polarized right now. It's bad. I know I have a lot of parents that watch me, and so I do hope this is a learning thing, but I hope this is something that does get out there to the broader parenting spectrum because I'm so fucking tired of it. Your kids, most of them that watch Twitch, they're not watching people like me. They're watching people like Aiden Ross, who isn't the worst even of them. They're watching crazy, these mostly male streamers doing crazy shit, harassing people in public, sometimes sexually harassing people in public, mocking police authority or any authority. They're being disrespectful to people in general. They encourage stealing, drug use, party culture. They bring porn people. That's something a lot of them do. They bring porn stars on their streams regularly to promote their content. They're not bringing normal women onto there. It doesn't matter that they preach that you shouldn't be watching those people or you shouldn't consume watching porn. Those male streamers are bringing porn women on their streams for content because it gets clicks. And now your son, again, it doesn't matter what platform they use, they're now exposed to it. Twitch, Kick. You guys are so unaware of the shit that's online as parents. You're asking your son that is going to be addicted to porn, and it's primarily pushed to men. People don't want to hear that. The pornographic addiction is primarily pushed to men. You're asking to ruin their relationships by them becoming addicted to that. It does a bunch of fucked up things. I mean, I tell you the things that I've had to deal with as a creator, a female creator in this space because of it too, and this is what it's going to turn out to be. This is going to be your son's future if you don't take this shit seriously. He's going to become addicted to porn. That's already a problem. You've now ruined your relationships or any romantic relationships going forward. He's going to have a tough time having sex at all without pornographic content being involved. 2, he's then going to start viewing women as sexual objects only. He's not going to be able to converse with them. He's going to start struggling to converse with them because he only sees them as objects. And then it will also start acting disrespectful because he's only going to see them as objects for sexual pleasure. Then what's going to happen is your son is going to start losing usage of his frontal lobe. You heard that correctly. You can go look up the brain studies on it with porn addiction. And this happens to men too, but this is the earlier it starts, the earlier and the more fucked up it's going to be. Your son is going to become so numb to porn and so addicted that normal stuff is not going to get him off anymore. Normal content, pornographic content, is not going to get your son off anymore. So then what he's going to start doing is he's going to start going and easing out into more hardcore shit, some more crazy kink shit, okay? Then the frontal lobe will continue to deteriorate more with the addiction. Now at that point, the hardcore kink and sex stuff's not getting him off anymore. He's now becoming numb to that. And the sexual objectification is going to get worse. The conversing with women is going to get worse. Then your son is going to start harassing women that do not consent because he doesn't understand that line anymore. It has become blurred. His frontal lobe, quite literally, is deteriorating. Your son is now going to harass women in public or online for content. He's going to DM women that don't do sexual content, whether they're public people or not. He's going to start messaging his classmates, potentially for shit like that. Or what he's going to do is take pictures of his classmates and put them into deep fake porn AI so he can jerk off and share with his buddies because normal porn doesn't get him off anymore. And he's going to do it with other women. And then it potentially escalates to in real life stalking and potentially worse. That's what happens when you don't parent your fucking kid. Then they just start doing things that are worse. They start joining circles that fetishize. And the list goes on and on, getting worse from there. Girls will get worse. Girls that are in their that are 18, 19, and 20 are getting so much plastic surgery done to their face because they are used to only seeing their face in a selfie camera on their phone that they think they're ugly. Most people look fucking ugly in a selfie camera. Most look ugly as fuck in a selfie camera. But they're getting work done based off of that. And they're starting to look like they're in their 30s and 40s. Most people in their late 20s and 30s look younger than young kids now. Young adults. So you're setting your daughters up for crazy body dysmorphia. You're setting your sons up for failure for porn addiction. You're also potentially having them join groups that are going to fucking polarize them. I'm not saying anything's wrong with like finding yourself out, but you can't tell me it's good for a kid that's like 5 years old to start thinking they have to be a furry. That's playing house. I think we all played dog or whatever at one point, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being an adult and you've decided you want to join the furry community. I know so many furries that follow me that are cool as fuck and that are so nice. But like, your kids are being, they're young, and the internet promotes to them that they have to fit into this specific mold rather than finding out about themselves and like truly growing and being a part of their community. You're throwing them into these, like, that's what the internet does. The internet feels like it has to box everything and have a label for everything, versus your kids understanding that's not how life works. It's not black and white. It's not. It's so dangerous. It's so fucking dangerous. I feel so bad for kids, dude. That's not right. And then let's not even add all of that there. You've got online bullying. It doesn't stop. It was already bad enough when a lot of us, sorry, my desk is dirty. It's already bad growing up and you get bullied by your classmates in person all the time to the point where you want to kill yourself. And then you add the internet on top of it, where they won't stop leaving each other alone on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. It's primarily TikTok that they have. They make videos bullying one another, commenting one another, making multiple different accounts, and they can do multiple different messaging apps because they can download whatever fucking apps they want. And they message all these other people to kill themselves, or the deep fake porn that Johnny has fucking edited of his classmate, fucking Cynthia. That's not even a fucking name probably, but you know what I mean. Or Cynthia doing it of Johnny's junk. The same inverse can happen. Way more boy-sided most of the time, but you're fucking your kids up, guys. I don't understand how people like can't see how bad it is. And then we add on that they're not emotionally regulated. It's this gentle parenting that's actually neglectful. True gentle parenting is good, but most people that do gentle parenting are just don't want to be a parent. Why the fuck did you have a kid? Why the fuck did you have a kid? People like you and how your children are now are the reason people in my generation don't want to have kids. Because my kid is going to be exposed to your piece of shit child. That's part of the reason. Not the only reason, but it is part of the reason. I don't want my kid dealing with your kid's bullshit because they're lashing out on everybody 24/7, being a fucking dickhead and setting a horrible example. Because teachers can't deal with your child, the principal can't deal with your child, and nobody, because it's abusive, you can't fucking get them in trouble. There's no actual consequences for dealing with your fucked up kid. And there's teachers that are assholes, don't get me wrong. But you can't fucking tell any of these kids no and to be respectful. They don't care because you haven't taught them to give a fuck. You haven't taught the kids to give a fuck. You haven't taught them to actually be respectful towards other people because their parent is the internet. And the internet is whatever you consume of it. It's crazy, dude. I know people that literally can't have to avoid and stop hanging out with other parents. I know parents that have to stop hanging out with other parents because they don't parent their kids. They just throw the iPad in front of their face. And there's like, what is that, dude? Seriously? You're ruining your relationships. But most people are just throwing the iPad. Like, car road trips, I understand to an extent. But dude, when that was the rave to watch TV, teach your kids to be fucking bored, man. You gotta know how to be bored. You gotta be bored sometimes. I don't get it, dude. I don't even have kids, and y'all are fucking up so bad that I know 100 billion things to not do because you guys are fucking up so bad. Wake up. Wake the fuck up. Parent your kids. Also, those of y'all that turn your kids, do the family channels and shit, no. Stop. If you're doing that shit, stop it. That shit's so abusive. Your growing pains that your child's going through, you're blasting it online? It's already dangerous to post fucking pictures of your kids because so many pedophiles can, again, do deep fake porn to any picture online. Stop sharing bathtub pictures of your fucking kids online. Oh my God. Just stop posting pictures of your babies online. I'm not kidding. Don't fucking do it. Your job is to be a parent and protect your child. Save those pictures at home in albums when you show people when they come over. Why the fuck are you posting those pictures online? What is wrong with you? Oh my God, it drives me up a wall. And they're like, oh, we should catch the people. Well, newsflash, the government doesn't fucking care. Unfortunately. It shouldn't be that way. We have not made enough public examples of that group that likes to do that to kids or made harsher repercussions for them to where they don't do it. They just get away with it online. Protect your fucking kid. Stop. Like, stop. What is with the social media gratification of every little thing I do in my life? I go outside and I take a shit on my lawn. I must share it with everybody. I went outside and I bought groceries. I must share it with everybody. Oh, I took my kid to the park. I must share it with everybody. Focus on your kid. I'm not saying don't take pictures. I'm not saying like don't share shit every once in a while, but oh my God. Put the phone down. You're just as bad as your kid. Focus. Be present with your child. Oh my God. I can't. It's insane. It's so bad. We're gonna be jumping from this crazy polarization of gentle parenting to I don't even fucking know, dude. I'm convinced parents are gonna start bringing the belt back out. I know people don't want to hear that, but like, it's so bad. It's so bad right now. I feel so bad for teachers. I see teachers have mental breakdowns on social media. They can't teach your kids, guys. Some of your kids don't even know how to read. And I'm not kidding about that. You don't make them read books. You just let them read social media posts that fucking... who knows what is posting, dude. They think that's what normal lingo is. That's not it. Take their internet and phone access away. It should be monitored. And if they do have it, it should be a limited amount of time that they earn. Start putting the consoles back in the living room. Start teaching your kids how they're supposed to be talking to people online, because that is another person on the other side. I'm not saying cursing it here or there is wrong. I'll tell you what my dad did. If he caught me being an asshole to people online, like genuinely, I'd get in trouble. It would get taken away from me. And if it was talking shit back, that was a different story. My dad encouraged me talking shit back if someone dished it out. That's different though. You know, teach your kids what's right and wrong. You're failing them. And then they're going to graduate. They're going to graduate from high school and they're going to be lost and they can't deal in adulting. Your job as a parent is to not be their friend. It's to parent them. It's to keep them safe and set them up to live on their own. What you're doing right now is not setting them up to live on their own. The minute they're going to have to move out and go to school, they're going to be severely depressed because they're on their phone all the time. They don't know how to, you're now putting them into the world where they can't afford most things because it's so fucking expensive anymore. The economy is just not what it used to be, whether you want to hear that or not. It's not the same. It's already extremely depressing your first year or two of college because that's when you figure out, oh, I fucked up and I need to go into a different degree. They feel like their world is crumbling. And then once they start watching the slightest bit of negative content, social media pushes that to them. So if they see a couple depressed posts, it's now going to push in front of them killing themselves and things like that. It's really scary. And that goes for anybody. It promotes eating disorders. Like, it can be crazy extremist content too. Your kids are not learning critical thinking. It's bad. I feel so bad for kids, dude. I feel so bad for your kids. You're failing them. Ugh. Drives me up a fucking wall. I feel like I've covered mostly everything. Hopefully this fucking resonates with some people. I know there's a lot of you that feel the same way that I do. Hopefully this gets in front of the right people though, so they wake the fuck up. I got it off my fucking chest. Took 26 minutes, but I got there. Thanks for coming to my rant. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Hey, it's me again. I'm just here stopping by to remind you to make sure you join the Discord so you can get YouTube video notifications and all that good stuff for when I do merch drops and all that shit.